Hello and welcome to this month's sales tip, the sales tip for August 2014. My name is Tim Royds and I'm director of Highclear, a company that provides both sales consultancy and sales training services focused purely on the B2B sector, both in the UK and internationally. And this month I have a question for you. Do you have and do you use a pre-meeting planner? For those of you who communicate via telephone, do you have a pre-telephone call planner? Here's mine, and this is one that I actually utilised as preparation for quite an important meeting earlier this week. Now, you're probably going to say, oh, hang on a minute, Tim, hang on a minute. You've been involved with selling to new prospects, to established customers, both in the UK and internationally for over 30 years. Surely everything that you need to know is already up here. And my answer to that question is, well, I'd hope a lot of it is up here, but that's not the point. It might be up here somewhere, but I've got to ensure that those thoughts are clarified, they're in order, and I need to retain the discipline of ensuring that I have thought through everything that I should. And the headings in this document help me to do exactly that. Let me share with you the headings that I've got on my document. First page. Some obvious ones, the name and job title of who I'm meeting. Another potentially obvious one, how much do I already know regarding the business related needs that this individual and this organisation has? A less obvious one, what about that individual's emotional requirements, their personal needs, the less rational needs? For those of you who are fans of the strength deployment inventory, I've even got a small box here which allows me to make notes for if I can, if perhaps I've already picked up clues regarding their motivational style. Also on the front page here, I've got a list of some of the key facts and features that I believe I need to communicate in order to demonstrate that we can fully satisfy both those emotional and business needs I referred to a little bit earlier on. Over the page here, some of the key issues that I already am aware of and questions that I want to utilise to explore these further in more depth, partly to ensure that I've fully understood what needs to be managed, but partly to provoke the other party to think things through, because the more they understand that they have a need and requirement, the greater will be the perceived value of any solution that helps to manage those things. Over the page. Who am I up against? The competition. Their strengths, their weaknesses, and in particular, what strategy am I going to use to reposition the opposition? Which incidentally was the subject of a monthly sales tip, I think last year sometime. I've also tried to think about potentially perceived weaknesses in our proposition, and the counter arguments I'm going to put forward to demonstrate that either those things are not relevant or they're actually not true, or both of those things, of course. So there we have it. Now, I spent a little bit of time preparing this a couple of days before my meeting. Did I have to use all this information during the meeting when it actually happened? The answer to that is no. Because as it happens, very early on in the meeting, a couple of other issues that I was unaware of arose in our conversation, and that took our conversation down a different track. And of course, it's really important to be responsive to the needs and requirements that your customers have. So I didn't use very much of this information at all as it happens. But that's not the point. The point is I was fully prepared. And there's no doubt that I arrived at that meeting with what is an important prospect for us, feeling that I was prepared, feeling confident, and there's no doubt that that air was very quickly communicated at the start of the meeting. So again, I return to the question that I asked at the beginning of this month's sales tip. Do you have a pre-meeting planner that you use? And if you have, it's no good just having it in a drawer or on Word or on Excel somewhere electronically. Are you using it as well? I know a lot of the things that you need to know and think about are already up here. That's not the point. The important point is we need to be in the discipline of thinking them through carefully before the call. That arms you with not only knowledge, it arms you with confidence, one of the key drivers of sales success. And on that note, I wish you much success over the course of next month. Look forward to seeing you in September.